We got a couple things to go over. First thing is the table for con. We are going to have a table at Conuga. How many of you are planning on going? More hands, come on.
I'm going.
We know you're going to be there.
We know you're going to be there anyway. Now, we are looking for people to do a couple things with the table. Okay? Looking for people to staff it. If you, there's a web there. On the Facebook page, there is a sign-up sheet. I think if you get an hour per day, you get credit as an event. So that we
get that $20.
Yeah, so we can get the. It also counts for us as far as $20 as far as the event for us. So if you can't make it to several events, if you can't make it to meetings or whatever, it counts that.
And these are good guys because they don't count against you, so it gives you actually more like credit basically towards your overall percentage since it's not counting against you if you don't go. So it's really good.
Also, many people in this room are very artistic, are very
crafty,
creative, very crafty. We are having not that way.
Well, we are that way too.
We are having a raffle. So if you have anything you'd like to donate, any artwork, sculptures, paintings, drawings, whatever, that are going to go towards the raffle, we would love that. Also, the table is going to be a place for us to just come by, sit down if you want to, because anyone who's ever been to con knows that you want to sit down sometimes.
Yes.
And you want to get the hell away from people.
Emergency costume repair.
Yeah, repair, stuff like that will all be done at the table. Also, if you have any props, I know a lot of us have some very elaborate costumes, and we want to show off what we can do. I know I'm going to have my dragon head there. I'm going to have my He-Man and Skeletor swords, and probably my Tesseract there, and probably the Skeletor mask and how I made it. So this way, if people have questions, we can show them what we did. So if you have anything you want to put on there, let us know. Okay. Also, what else? We are working on banners for the table and for con and for us in general. So that will be coming soon. The T-shirts. I know people are wondering about it. It has turned into a colossal cluster trying to find a printer that will do 10 shirts of this color with this ink, 10 more shirts of this color with this ink. So we're going to make, yes.
I can do that.
You can do that?
Not personally.
I'm not personally, but my printer that does all the Conuga shirts.
Okay.
She does 1, 2, 3 shirts, 4 shirts.
Then let me
I'll get with you.
give me 9. Give me 9.
Hand reaching in.
I have made a decision on the design though. I'm going to go with a Deadpool. So, in honor of the movie coming out and in honor of him killing him off.
Good luck getting
Supposedly.
that out the door.
You're going to give
tonight.
it. Oh, you going for it?
They kill Wolverine. They're going to kill Deadpool. They're going to bring Wolverine back.
They're basically killing, Marvel's killing every movie property they don't own. They're releasing Uncanny.
That's pretty much all I've got right now. I am going to turn it over to Senor Blevons.
Right. I apologize. I still have bronchitis. So
Cough on us.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
last month we didn't have a whole lot of stuff going on. It was a little bit slower for us, which was a good change of pace for the holidays. But we did do several fun events. We had the Love Gives Wills charity event where we helped the Dynamic Church promote their bicycle program with the Salvation Army, where they were giving bicycles away to needy children in Chattanooga. And then we had the Fort Oglethorpe and the Lookout Valley parades, which were both very successful. We did a really great job. The people, especially the people that helped us to build the Lego characters for the Fort Oglethorpe parade, thank you very, very much. Even though I burned the tips of my fingers off, it was definitely worth it.
And Jeff had a net little incident, but that's
It's just a pleasure.
And then we had our last movie event of the year, which was the Hobbit and Night at the Museum. We had lots of people come out. We were all very popular, as usual. So those were quite successful. And we also had a fundraiser for Ron McDonald House at the Pump It Up at the Bouncy House place over there. And that was brought to us by Tasha here. And lots of people showed up for that. And from what I hear, we took a lot of attention away from Santa Claus, unfortunately. Maybe gave him some hurt feelings. Now, coming up, we have just a couple of events before our next meeting. The first thing is Urban League Literacy event, which is tomorrow, and they're looking for any literary characters. It could be like graphic novel characters, comic characters, Harry Potter, or whatever, as long as it's family friendly. So make sure you're appropriate to be around kids and families.
Yeah.
And that's tomorrow at 5. And if you need more information about that, get in touch with me, or you can look at the event on Facebook. Then after that, on February 5th, our next event is at McKay's, and they have a Harry Potter night, and that will be also at 5 p.m. on February 5th. And they're looking for, not only for people to dress up as characters from Harry Potter, but if you don't have a Harry Potter costume and you still want to help out, they're looking for people to run the craft stations, where they have little activities and things like that for the kids to do, sometimes face painting and the like. So if that's something you'd be interested in, let me know, and I'll get you in touch with the people over at McKay's that you need to talk to get involved with that.
What time is that?
It's at 5 p.m. on February 5th.
What day of the week is that?
I don't know.
Okay. It's a
Yeah, it's during the week.
It's
not a weekend thing. So those are our only 2 booked events, but I did have a very nice meeting with Megan this weekend from the library, and she would like to talk about some of the things that she has planned for this year that we'll be participating in as well. She's getting a whole lot more ambitious with what she does over at the library because she got a little bit of a promotion.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
She's not only on 2nd floor now, she's also taking the activities on the 4th floor over, which is more adult stuff, things that we will definitely be more interested in. So tell them about your stuff, so I can have some tea and try not to cough.
I again forgot my notes. This is the 4th time I've come to a meeting about this and forgotten my computer, my iPad, the keyboard, my phone, something. So it's all on my phone, so I'm gonna be a little rude and sort of do one of these, but I think you'll get the gist. And I'm kind of excited, so if I'm talking too fast or too loud, slow me down.
Not for this.
Okay. So yes, changes are coming. I got a promotion soon. I'm splitting my time, half on the teen department, so on the 2nd floor, and half on the 4th floor, creating stuff for new adults is sort of what we're thinking. So like those of us that are interested in fan core stuff, and I care about other people, but less. So mostly that kind of thing. So
You're one of us now.
So we've talked a little bit about what could a potential partnership look like. Does that term benefit your group and the library? And what is it that we both stand to benefit from a relationship like that? So our benefits, we're looking at increased exposure and possibly membership for your group. I had a teen that I was hanging out with today off duty, and I was like, what do you think of this idea? And she was like, oh my God. And I just feel like there's potential, certainly in the teen department, to have like a Chattooine teen side of things, where we're sort of like developing the ranks that feed up into you eventually. And then as well for adults that are sort of crafty or interesting but haven't figured out how to harness what we have for potential equipment and here on the 4th floor, how to turn that into some of what you guys are already creating. So we've been talking, and we sort of think things like demos could be really interesting. If you wanted to come in and show off your equipment, we'd be able to promote that for you. If you wanted to actually run a program with or for me, that's an option as well. Like I'm about to do this EL Wire thing for the teen department for Teen Tech Week in March. I'm actually leading a webinar for the country on this sort of thing in a couple weeks. I'm really nervous, but super excited. Where we're just gonna like hand out EL Wire and the supply packs and just let them do whatever they want, turn out the lights and film the whole thing. So just like, it can be as simple as that, or it can be far more detailed if you actually want it to be like, this is my character, this is what I went through, here's the process, and show a presentation about what you did. I'm cool with that too. Stop saying that. Okay, so beyond that, I'm also developing some special event character opportunities. So those of you that have come to Free Comic Book Day or Star Wars Reads Day, I'm gonna take that to the next level and branch in between 2 floors now. So a good example is, I won't get too into it because I could talk literally for hours. I'm planning this Harry Potter summer celebration where we're going to have the Room of Requirement recreated. And you'll go through platform 9 3/4 into the room, and then when you get through there, I've borrowed from the National Institute of Medicine and Science a giant, like, I forget how many, 15 feet high, and there are 6 panels on the history of alchemy and how it relates to Harry Potter throughout the ages. Beyond that, I will answer questions. What do we do with this? So beyond that, you'll actually walk in. Those of you that have been up there know I like to take those alcoves on the right-hand side and turn them into experiences. So I'm going to recreate the 3 broomsticks and the Forbidden Forest and the owlery and a classroom where there will be simple experiments. So I am insane. A little. And so things like this, like, I want to do all those things. But you apply it in the correct way. So I think that I'd like to give you guys the opportunity to like step up and sort of be that character. So we're going to have workshops as well. So like Ollivander, I don't know who he or she is yet, but Ollivander would lead a really simple wand making class. And so we'll sort of have these eruptions of things to do within the activities. And if you're interested in leading that with a little extra sort of tutorial for me, we can do that. So that's sort of the 3 directions I see this going. So 4th floor changes. There are some upcoming things. Tutorials, demos of the equipment that we already have. I'm also putting in a sewing center. So everything from like oilcloth to fun sequiny stuff. I have no idea what I'll be getting yet. I have a partnership with Etsy, and I'm in conversations with their offices in Brooklyn to see if I can land either a partnership grant to put in pieces of equipment that you're interested in, or if they have partners who will simply donate new equipment to me. So yeah, thanks Etsy. Even though they charge a bit. But now we know where their money's going. It's like, haha, it's still my money. The equipment we already have, I'm interested in running demos on that so that you guys can come up as a group and sort of get a tour of the possibilities for what you could do with that. We're also going to be doing something similar for our Etsy people to say, like, you can make your business cards on a laser cutter. How badass is that? So just to get more people, again, like thinking out of the box and sort of rediscovering the way that you're able to use the equipment we have available.
And if there's anyone that is thinking outside of the box on how to use materials like in different ways, it would be our group.
Okay, so 3 more quickly. So the volunteer hours that you've already participated in at the library, Ricky and I can give you those. I don't know if it was communicated before or not, but if you live outside the city limits, if you volunteer for 20 hours at the library, you can get a free card. And then, you know, some things we have to charge for, like the filament for the 3D printer, but it's like 6 cents per gram. So we have kids that are making whole helmets, and right now their costs are at like 12 bucks. We're going to be offering painting tutorials too on how to affect your stuff after you've printed it. And again, so manipulating pieces of equipment across those cultures to have the laser cutter, working with the 3D printer, working with the vinyl cutter, making cool stencils, and I'm bringing the screen printing that we've been doing up to the 4th floor as well. So how can we use all these pieces together? I know that you guys are the kind of people who probably, for some of you, the wheels are already turning about, oh my god, I know exactly what I want to do with that. You're who we're looking for.
Eric raises his hand.
Prop master over there, basically.
So we call those people super users of the 4th floor, and we're looking for your story. stories. Like, we may ask if we could document your process and put it into a blog post. Like, exposure is something we definitely will be able to get you. Do I hear any questions? Calls of silence? Excitement? Okay. The final thing that we're doing that's just kind of fun, and because I'm a big nerd, I'm like, oh my god! So we're going to create these walk-up challenges where it might be as simple as we're putting button makers in on the 4th floor so you guys can stop harassing me about grown-ups aren't allowed to use the button makers on the 2nd floor because we're not kids. So grown-ups get their own on the 4th floor now. So some will be really easy, just create something and lead with it. Others will be a little more intensive, and then I'm interested in creating community projects as well that probably these things will stay in the library, but so appropriate that they'll go right there. Because the first thing that the director of the 4th floor and I want to create is somebody created a hack for the Sting toy that glows blue, you know, that little where you can actually set it so that when you are hovering near an open Wi-Fi access point, it will glow blue.
Yeah.
So we're gonna like give all the equipment so that you guys can tinker and play and help us create this thing, and then it'll live in the library, and you can run around being like, unsafe, unsafe. And then the final thing that I'm doing, which is just sort of a side note, it doesn't really relate to what you create, but I think you'll dig it, is I'm going to be creating a series of giant glowing games. So I'm starting with pickup sticks that are going to be like 8 feet, 9 feet high, again with EL wire and tubing, and my hope is that I'll create a couple as like a test, figure out what really works, but then this will be one of those walk-up stations where you guys can come, tinker, play, construct something, it lives at the library, and then we go to like, I don't know, bars and play giant pickup sticks. So that's my idea, that's everything I've got. If you have questions, I'm available, and I'll be here the rest of the meeting too.
That's very exciting. That's awesome.
The last thing I have to announce for today is that I can't explain the details yet, but I'm in the very final negotiations with the movie theater for new perks for all the full members. It'll be members that are paid and also have their participation requirement, at least 20% of the events throughout the year. But you're going to have some extra things here at the theater that we haven't had in the past. That is going to be really awesome. And as soon as I get the go-ahead from them to officially announce it and give all the details, I will. So, you know, everyone, like, stay on the edge of your seats. We've been working like a year on this to make it happen. So, cross your fingers, hope everything goes exactly perfectly. And if it does, we'll have something really awesome that'll make things even more worthwhile, as if you needed something else to make it more worthwhile, right? Anyway, I'll pass it back to you, Eric.
One other thing that I do have is, I know that between now and con, we have a lot of stuff going on. This is Jared, everybody, for everyone that's a lot of people in here know Darla and Terry, and I have been talking with them about after con, because they are really busy between now and then, also doing a tutorial, doing a little class for us on basics, you know, basic building, because they do their own props, and they make everything that they ever do. I know Todd uses them for the Haunted Cavern, and the stuff they do is amazing.
They make like latex appliques and
prosthetics, they
Yeah.
do.
Well, they're working on my steampunk Freddy glove right now.
And they're helping me with a project that I've got in the works. So it's going to be, yeah. So that'll be coming up after con. Anybody else have anything?
Hello. Okay. It's dues time. So I'm gonna, on the meeting notes, I'm gonna post a PayPal link. So if you haven't paid today, and if you can't pay February, and all you have is a debit card like me, because I'm crazy like that, you can PayPal our treasurer, Jeff. I'm gonna post his PayPal on the meeting notes on our page later, so you can easily PayPal him if that's more convenient to you. Or if you want to, you can just bring the $10 to the next meeting. So that way your attendance can start counting towards the pool membership to get those cool perks that we're talking about once they become official. Yay. And so I'll post that later because it's dues time. Yay. Happy stuff. Yes.
Can we pay tonight?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. He has been
Jeff has his box.
And bombarded already with people because y'all are awesome to do that. Also, next meeting, in case anyone missed a memo, is elections. I'm not campaigning. I'm just reminding people. So just as far as nominees right now, we have, of course, most of the officers nominated and seconded, again, for their current position. We have Nicole, who was nominated and seconded for secretary. Yay! We have Jeff, of course, as our lovely treasurer. We have Ricky for public relations. Eric was renominated for vice president, and myself and Todd were nominated and seconded for president. So that's the only thing so far that you will actually have to vote on, which is next meeting. So just FYI, we will be assigning someone. I believe, who did we say? Nicole. Nicole is going to be taking the votes. If you cannot vote at the meeting, if you can't be here, and you are a full member, you can private message your vote to Nicole, and that will be posted on the group as well. So if you can't be here for whatever reason, you're sick, it's going around, you can send it to her.
If you're sick, stay away.
Yeah, stay far away. Bubble. Yeah. So yeah, please.
When is the deadline for sending in proxy votes?
Are we saying 5 the previous day? Like last time?
Sunday.
Yeah, so Sunday at 5 p.m. is the deadline, if you cannot be here at the meeting.
The day before the meeting.
The day before the meeting. That Sunday, 5 p.m. is the deadline.
If you're not my friend on Facebook, just FYI, if you would, after you send me a message, like post something in Chattooine or something and tag me in it just to make sure. I usually check my other box, but if it's on my phone, sometimes that doesn't show up. So just FYI, if you're not my friend on Facebook, make sure you let me know in Chattooine somehow.
That'll be February 8th.
Yeah.
5 p.m.
5 p.m. is the deadline.
on February 8th.
And when sending your payment, did you have to do it as a gift?
Yeah, friends and
grant,
family.
Not a service, because then there's fees coming out of it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just thinking. Thank you. If you PayPal, please, please, please choose friends and family. So because we don't want Jeff to have to pay a fee to get your dues, please. So, but yeah, that's pretty much everything I've got to.
I just want to thank all those who came to the Lookout Valley Parade. When I got home and checked my Facebook messages, I had like at least 75 messages saying that they loved seeing the characters. And I know some of it's going to call it the second death march.
Last deal was for us.
Exactly.
It's always the last hill.
If we do it again, I'm going to look at get a second trailer for us, so everybody can be in a trailer at least. Or those who feel like to walk the death march again, they can. I'm trying to get actually a location where we can get in with less problems, because yeah, it was painful seeing. I saw the poor some of the Alabama Mandalorians that came up and went their Baptist out. Basically, he was just so hot, just being on the trailer, he had to sit down. So I'm looking at a second trailer. Like I said, I'm trying my best, but I do appreciate it, and I know the citizens do, because like I said, I had at least 75 messages saying it was so cool seeing a lot of the characters, and I had some kids that come up to me at Walmart the following day said, "Hey, was you that brought these such and such characters?" And they loved, of course, Iron Man and some of the Star Wars characters. But they said that it was so cool. So I want to say thank you. I don't. The parade this year's the 12th, I believe. If you guys want to go ahead and put it on your radar for this year, but. As I'd say, I'm welcome all characters, and I just want to say thank you, and thank you from the citizens. And I can't say the neighborhood association because I haven't been to a meeting, but I've heard that they even enjoyed it, so I think it was great. And Taylor's still in my yard, so me and Ricky got to get it with. back to his father-in-law soon. That way we'll have it for continuity. So again, thank you. Oh, come
That's
on.
a short walk.
That's a short walk compared to the Denmark.
There's no hills either.
Exactly.
And it'll be cold, so it'll be comfy.
You never thought about that, there'd be a bunch of hills. But
That trailer was a really good recruiting tool for us last year. Hey, you want to ride the trailer instead of walk? People were just like jumping on.
I appreciate it. I just want to say thank you.
Well, if you haven't looked, we're doing workshops this year. We're trying a new project that Alexis is heading up, and if y'all hadn't seen, she's done an amazing job with our cosplayers. If you hadn't heard of Night Mage, this guy is freaking awesome. I mean, he literally the other day donated hot hands to a bunch of homeless people because it was so cold out. He went out and bought as many as he could, and then at Christmas he literally went out and paid a bunch of people's Toys R Us layaways off. I mean, he's just
That's a big one.
yeah. And so his name is Michael Wilson, but he's going to be doing a workshop on EVA foam. There's a price to it, but the only reason we're doing a price is to give him some money and plus cover the expense of the stuff involved. So I mean, it's the only reason we're
And you
having
can
a
take it
call.
home.
Yeah, everything you do, you'll get the cake home. So we got a warbler class, an EVA foam class, and then there's a weathering of EVA foam, and then there's, I'm trying to think what the other class, a sculpting. We got the guys from Team TARDIS coming in, or Ratchet Studios, and they're going to actually give you all the stuff you need to do clay sculpting and show you how to do that to where you can do molds on your own. So all that's happening. If you want to check it out, it's on the website, but that was the only thing I left just to
I'm
make sure.
going to post the Eventbrite link for you on the notes because these workshops are amazing. I've already bought one ticket for the Night Mage one. I will post the Eventbrite link so you can go out there. The tickets are on there. You can PayPal, whatever. They're awesome.
But it's limited to,
Yeah, and these-
30 people
Yeah, they are
some of
very
the classes. So
How much are they?
20.
The EVA is
20, and I think everything's 20 and everything's 15. So
Yeah.
there's 20. It's all under $20. So I mean, it covers your material and like I said, they get the rest of
He
it.
said there's a 30% cap.
Yes, there's a plan because our rooms aren't big enough. Plus, to get the real hands-on.
It's Eventbrite. I'll post it on the notes.
Whoa, hey,
Hey!
hey, whoa, okay. She's gonna post it on the page, so you get the link to all that on Facebook. Sorry.
And Cameron had a question.
Is there a way to RSVP for that?
Yes, the link. The link.
Yeah.
Just put it.
Yeah, you buy your ticket, your name probably will be put down, so when you go to the workshop, your name's already there. You actually print out a ticket. Whenever you pay, you list an email, and it sends you an actual ticket with a barcode that you can print off, so you can bring it with you to Congress. Yeah.
Could it be put in?
Do we actually have scanners for the barcode?
Yeah, because you put in the app, Todd.
Could there be like a QC
Add
code?
There is a QC code on the receipt when you or on the ticket when you print it.
Put into to the content app.
The workshops?
Yeah, to where you just, because people
Actually, I
don't.
might be able to add it to the schedule, or I think we might be able to put the website address. I'll have to look and see.
Because that would be,
Let me look and see what I can do. Because we're limited, but I can play around, but sometimes I have to hide it under the, because we're only limited to the icons we got. So it kind of, some of the stuff's getting buried. Because like on the About page now, we added the photos, where you can go back and look at past photos and things. So, but in all, and if you got suggestions to make the app better, we'll try, because that's what we're doing now. And the app has pretty much, I think, all of the programming is in it now. We're starting to get all the speakers inputted now, because some people add it to the bios, so we don't know. But it's kind of cool to be able to see who's doing each class and learn a little bit about them. And we're doing a class at Conuga, I think it's at noon or whenever we kick off, that actually we're going to show you how to use the app, because a lot of people don't know all the little things. I was showing somebody the other day and they didn't realize that you can pull it up by genre. So like if you're just into anime, you can literally pull up just the anime schedule. And then if you're in a room, like you're sitting in the Centennial Theater, you can say, well, what's happening in here next? And you can literally click a button and it'll tell you what's happening right now at the whole convention. So I mean, there's a lot of cool tools that if you don't know how to get to those, it's there. Plus making your own personal schedule. So, that's all I have.
One more thing, just so everyone knows, Jamie made it through his surgery today. I don't think he can have visitors yet, but if anyone's interested in visiting, get in touch with Shalina. She's staying with him right now because he doesn't have family in town, and that's why she's not at the meeting. But she'll be able to let everyone know when he can have visitors and stuff if anyone wants to go and see him. So just get in touch with her.
How long do they anticipate him being in the hospital?
Possibly a week or more. Depends on recovery. Yeah, it wasn't a little thing. it was a big surgery, so.
But it went.
But it did, it went without a hitch.
Anything else?
One more thing on the app.
I just remembered, is we're working with restaurants that are going to be giving discounts too. So there's actually says partner restaurants. If you click it, you'll have 10% off, or like Papa John's is 50% off all weekend long. So
Those poor.
the next thing is you'll see, I'm working on it right now. We're working with some of the venues, and you'll be able to click and get a discount off of going to the new Escape experience, Ruby Falls, Rock City, and a couple others that we're doing discounts with too. That's more for the out-of-towners, but the Escape experience is something I know that we wanted to check out too, so it's kind of cool that they're offering us a discount as well right now. So we're working on all that. That'll hopefully get in there as I get closer to.
I'm just really thinking how much Papa John's is going
The
to
only thing I have left is Cronies.
Yes.
Cronies.
Brownies.
Done it is. Ladies and gentlemen.
Dismissed.
Brownies.
Go eat.